It's the Happy Families podcast. It's the podcast for the time-poor parent who just wants answers now.
G'day, this is Dr. Justin Coulson, the founder of happyfamilies.com.au, dad to 6 daughters, husband to 1 wife, and the parenting expert and co-host on Channel 9's Parental Guidance, also the host of this podcast, the Happy Families podcast. Thank you so much for listening and allowing me into your life to hopefully be useful in making your family happier. Right now, school holidays in Queensland, which means that I'm doing my best to spend as much time in the sunshine with Kylie and the girls as I can. Today's guest is one of my favourite parenting experts in the entire world, Dr. Shefali Tsabary. She's Oprah's parenting expert. She's also going to be one of the parenting experts chatting with me in the upcoming Happy Families Hot Mess Summit. We have got an incredible lineup of world-class speakers, world-class experts who are going to share their very best tips on how we can help our family to not be such a hot mess. We spoke with Ian Kerner yesterday, pretty much about how we can get rid of the hot mess that our intimate lives can sometimes become. We spoke with Amanda Keller the other day about how we can just find more joy in family life. And today, Dr. Shefali Tsabary is sharing the Happy Families podcast microphone with me. And she'll be in the Happy Families Hot Mess Summit. Check it out at happyfamilies.com.au. Let's get into the lightning round with Dr. Shefali Tsabary. Shefali, thanks so much for joining me for a lightning round on the Happy Families podcast. This is going to be fun.
I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, Shefali, let's dive into it. We won't mess around at all. Question number 1, how many kids do you have and how old are they?
I have a 19, almost 20-year-old daughter.
Okay. Well, that means that I don't need to ask you question number 2 because it's do you have a favourite child? So the obvious answer is yes. And she's about to be 20.
Yes, I do.
Who do you love most, your partner or your daughter?
Oh, that's so hard. My daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm separated from her father, but when we were together, he used to always say, "You promise not to love her more. You love her more." I just think it's such a different kind of love. It's such a limitless, oceanic, unconditional love.
I love the way you say that. What's your ideal number of kids?
0.
You're so funny. Every time we've talked together, I love your honesty around kids are really hard work, right? Like they mess up your life just a little bit, yeah?
Once you have one, that's it. It's downhill from there. There's nothing ideal anymore.
Next question.
No ideal.
There is no ideal. I like that, yeah. How do you rate yourself as a parent, Shefali?
Out of 10?
Sure.
5.
Is there
I'm right in the middle.
Is there some ego in that answer, do you reckon?
No, I think I'm just a average, ordinary parent. Some days I go to 9, some days I go to 2.
Yeah.
But I think I average out at 5. Okay. I'm good enough. I strive to be good enough.
Shefali, what's something great that your parents did in their parenting that you've tried to continue in yours?
They really held space for big feelings and never judged me and allowed me to have those big feelings.
Yeah, beautiful. You and your partner aren't together, but who's the better parent, you or him?
For the most part, me. Of course, you'd say it's him. But
yeah,
I think mothers, sorry to say this, but I think moms just have a cutting edge on the empathy factor. And I just think women are naturally potentialized for more empathy. So in that way, I feel like I'm a better parent.
Nobody's ever given an answer like that before in these lightning rounds. And I know I'm supposed to be really quick here, but I have to pause on that because as soon as you said that, it made me reflect. And I would say that Kylie is a better parent than me, even though I've written the books and I've got the PhD. Because I look at the bond that she has with our daughters and I just got a glimpse then, as you said that, I felt what you described and I think you're right.
Yeah, I think fathers are great, but they just can't beat an empathic mom because the maternal drive and instinct is phenomenal. That's why we're mothers, that's why they come from our bodies for biologically. It's phenomenal. And I think mothers should celebrate that. And it's not about a competition. That's what our bodies are designed to do.
That's beautiful. This is a lightning round, so I need to keep things moving forward. What's the hardest thing about being a parent?
Getting over my own expectations.
Wow. If you could spend an hour with your daughter at any age, what age would you choose and why?
3, 4, that age, 3 and 4, because there was something so magical about that being, you know, where they knew no limits and they were just completely in awe of life. And I remember mirroring that.
What is the ultimate joy as a parent?
Watching them enter their own power.
Dr. Shefali, this is the question that I get more than almost any other question. It's a question that drives me up the wall. It's the trickiest question in the lightning round. What's the right age for kids to have a mobile phone?
Oh, goodness. In the ideal world, 14, 15.
What's that thing that your parents always said that you swore you would never ever say, and yet it keeps on coming out of your mouth?
It's not the same. I used to always tell my mother that she would sigh too much, you know, like, like life is so hard. And I catch myself doing that a lot, like a little bit of a victim, like, oh, it's all me. Everything's on me. That attitude, I hated it in my mom, and she still does it, and now I do it.
What's your daughter's favorite thing to do with you?
Go out for lunches and dinners.
Living the life. I like it, yeah. What are you most looking forward to, Dr. Shefali, as a parent?
Where my child can function on their own, and so I can release them out into their own life.
Yeah, and she's almost there, right? Like 19, 20 years old. It's you're right on the cusp of that.
Yes.
Okay, last two questions. If you could go back to you as a young mum, having one of those really tough moments, being completely inexperienced, what advice would you give yourself?
Yeah, whatever it is you think is the end of the world right now, you are completely wrong. This doesn't even matter. It will not matter. It has no significance.
This has been one of the best lightning rounds. I've loved every answer. My final question for you is, what's been your biggest win as a mum?
My biggest win is in my letting go. You know, the more I let go, the more I win.
Dr. Shefali, thank you so much for joining me on the Happy Families podcast for a lightning round.
Thank you. This was fun.
Well, I really hope that you're enjoying these Happy Families lightning rounds and interviews during the school holidays. We're doing our best to give you the very best insights, great ideas for making your family happier. Hopefully this is making your school holidays go better as well. Kylie and I back in the chair for the Term 4 finale from Tuesday, October 4. As always, the Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. We so appreciate the great work that Justin does. And Craig Bruce, the brains behind the operation, our executive producer. Thank you, Craig. If you want more information about making your family happier or about the upcoming Happy Families Hot Mess Summit, which I know I've said it before and I don't want to sound like I'm overselling it, but it literally is going to be the best summit that we have ever done. Visit us at happyfamilies.com.au or check out our Facebook page, Dr. Justin Coulson's Happy Families.